In conversations with agers, they express, I have no art. I'm without a contributory art as an interest. I have no art to share. Let me counter these statements now with caring. You can share the art of management, the art of leadership, the art of selling, the art of living, the art of whatever word you select ending in ing. Yes, you can. That is about living your life. Now, about the art concept and practices, the creative process, from your experiences of living life, in other words, your evidence, you can share your art, educate others about your art as legacy contributions. Whatever word ending in ing you use to explain, describe living is an expression of art contributions. That verb and process is your contributory art. The er, or, ant attached to the action verb is your educator approach. Now, about this no art, I don't have anything to contribute that's of art, nothing of real interest. I just shake my head inside. I don't necessarily do it in front of the person. And I just go, hang on a minute, can we just take a look at that statement and see how we might unpack that and why you think that? And often it comes down to what do we mean by art, which is what's ever on the wall, great aesthetics, some big sculpture, whatever it might be, when in fact it could be a recipe card drawing, which I do. I've done it for years. That can be art. So when I counter these conversations about art, I'm going to do it from a perspective of now with a caring approach, an ethic of caring, kindness. Because sometimes we have in the back of our head, our heart, our hands, this pull back that you're no good at what you do from an art perspective. These kind of phrasings. And I have to get in there sometimes, find those, find what it links to, and then have a little bit of a conversation and use some of my own examples. But where I bring it back to the now is through, could you explain to me, because you've been a manager, what was the art of management? You were a leader. Explain to me the art of leadership. You were involved in selling. What was the art of selling? You can see where I'm going. Any word ending in ing, right? I was a mechanic and I was fixing engines. Well, what's the art of fixing the engines as a mechanic? There are ways in which to look at this art, which is about your practice and being able to share that with others so that they could understand it. Then what you can do is you can dive into, well, what does the creative process mean? And you can go into the concepts of it, which is sort of the sense of here's the concept of knowledge, here's the practice or skill, and then what attitude do I have with that? That's how you open up the art concept practices creative process conversation. And therefore, your experience is your evidence of living your life. And if you're in your 50s, 60s, and 70s, you've got a lot of livings happen. And you can tap into that evidence that's there and be able to pull from it different kinds of ideas, which, if you frame it from an art using that ing way of doing it, they are art contributions. Give it a go and see what it happens for you. Any word ending in ing you use to explain and describe living, ing, how you explain and describe your living, there's an art that's associated with that. That's an expression of art. Please don't lose that. That is an important aspect of living legacy life because through that, you're able to figure out the the or, the ant, like trainer, mentor, celebrant. You can see these different titles that are attached to that action verb is your educator approach. Okay, mechanic, fixing, fixer. All right, it works. But really, at the end of the day, in your contributions, in living your legacy life, there is art in and through and because of you. Find it, express it, enjoy it. Please comment and subscribe, but most of all, please watch lots of the channel videos.